Creepy ain't the word, freaky ain't the word, sneaky ain't the word. See, what I've observed is there's no easy way to describe this geeky place. Even geeky place doesn't tell you what I need to say. This is Strange Hill, where a talking frog can eat your face. It's very, very random, you'll get used to these debates.
Strange Hill High was a show on CBBC. It uses a mix of puppets and CGI. It's about the three kids and their adventures and mishaps that happens around their paranormal school. The main three consist of Mitchell. He's the new kid. He's a slacker that couldn't really care less about school, but enjoys taking the mick out of teachers and other students and exploiting the weird things that happens around the place.
Tanner, what's going on here?
Nothing.
Then there's Becky. She's often described as an overly optimistic underachiever. She's kind of the mum of the group and is normally the voice of reason, but she's just as fun as weird as the rest of them.
Was that a giraffe coughing?
And then there's Templeton. Who's Templeton? That's all that needs to be said, he's perfect.
Greetings, Earthlings.
Their adventures can range from stopping evil tooth fairies from making a xylophone out of stolen teeth, forcing literal ghostwriters to do their homework for them, or getting an impossible score on a maths test which ends up nearly destroying the universe. You know, normal school stuff. Now, there are many reasons why I absolutely adore this show, and I'd love to state them here, but it'll make the video too long, and I'm not exactly good enough to do that yet. So instead I'm going to talk about one of my favourite episodes, Health and Safety. It's safety week at Strange Hill, and as usual Mitchell isn't taking anything seriously. He just sees it as another set of rules that they want you to follow.
We only have to be safe 1 week a year. Awesome.
Ow. What did you say? My glasses are smashed, so I can't hear you.
However, thanks to Mitchell's carelessness, he ends up getting the trio in detention in room 101.
They call room 101 the room of doom.
Oh, what is it? A torture chamber?
Worse, the audio-visual room.
Here they're forced to watch a health and safety video from the 70s, which only exaggerates simple situations and safety rules to scare the kids.
No one plans on having an accident. Oops! A pencil's fallen on the floor. It's okay to leave it there, isn't it? Are you sure? Really sure?
The thing I really like about Mitchell's character is how snarky he is. Like in this scene when he's talking to Abercrombie before he puts the film on.
Today, you're going to be watching a short film.
Can we have popcorn?
This is not a cinema, it's a school.
Can I fall asleep then?
Tanner, you are doing a very good job of testing my patience.
Thank you.
Stop responding to everything I'm saying.
You got it.
They have a whole ordeal and he always knows the best comeback to throw at him, and it's so funny. The film's scare tactics seem to work on Becky, so Mitchell tampers with the machine.
Mitchell, make it stop!
Bex, this film is just one of those things adults do to terrify us. If you're scared, they've won.
But the 1972 scare me!
However, this causes them to be transported into the film itself. They don't realise this at first though. They only realise that they're stuck in the film when Stephanie trips on a pencil and Beware Bear attacks the class.
It's Beware Bear! What's happening?
Don't want you to panic, but somehow Strange Hill High has turned into the safety film.
We gotta get out of here!
Never run toward the exit. Remain calm.
Yep, we're stuck in the film all right. We'll be right back.
The majority of this episode where they're stuck in a film, they have this really nice 70s grain effect around everything to indicate that they are indeed in a film. But it looks so nice. They've saturated the colours and brightened it up a bit, and it makes it look so pretty to me. During the commotion, the three of them try to figure out a way to escape the film, while the narrator mocks them.
The exit's blocked! That narrator is just mocking us, isn't he?
We'll have to find another way out of the school and out of this crazy safety film. If we can't go out, we'll go up. We could get out on one of the fire escapes.
Brilliant! And what does the almighty narrator think of that?
Now that you've reached the assembly point outside, wait for further instruction.
Oh, you're useless!
They come across a perfectly normal hallway. This is where Mitchell starts to take charge. Seeing as everything in this safety video is twisted and flipped, the perfectly normal hallway would actually be the most dangerous place they could ever be at the moment. So Mitchell guides the other two through it.
I think they're trying to tell us something.
Now there's something interesting that happens in this episode. Matthews.
Always carry sharp objects such as scissors and daggers with the sharp end facing away from you. Hello!
Now if you don't know, the entire point of Matthew's existence in the show is to be abused for comedy. He's been scratched by squirrels, stuffed in bins, stung by bees, been stuck to his chair with gum, swallowed flies, trampled by other students, then he's been strangled to death, and he even got the plague. He only exists to be tortured for our entertainment. But not in this episode. He just walks past with scissors held, blade up. He doesn't trip or anything. He doesn't scratch himself with it. He just walks past with that big old smile of his. But it makes sense. He is in the Twisted Safety vid universe, where nothing is how it normally is. So the only way that Matthews can be safe is if he's in a world where everyone else is in danger. Also on an unrelated note, I wanted to include that last clip in my third no context video, but I forgot and I didn't even realise until after I've uploaded it, and I'm still salty over it. Ugh. But anyway, they managed to get through the hallway, even though they were nearly crushed by a burning Churchill head.
What's right above us?
Art room, I think.
3, 3, 3!
I need to hear 1 and 2. Gotta hear them. Cannot flee without a proper count.
Oh, for goodness sake, 1, 2, 3!
However, thanks to all the commotion, the downstairs exit got blocked, so their only choice is to go up through the clock tower. And then the video ends.
It's been a pleasure. This concludes our film. Copyright 1974, Her Majesty's Council on School Safety and Non-Explosive Lunches.
I think the film just ended. But guess what? We're still here, stuck in crazy safety dangerland!
I thought we were supposed to talk in hushed tones.
But they're still stuck in the safety world. Mitchell tries to escape by climbing out of the clock tower, but that fails and ends up flipping the school upside down. Because of this, they try to get back to where they started, room 101, to find a way out. And as they start to rewind their tracks, the film starts to rewind itself. Now here's a moment that I find pretty interesting.
Why are we the right way up again and walking backwards, but not talking backwards?
It means we're not totally absorbed in the film. And that means we still got a chance to escape.
Now here, they could have easily made Mitchell say a snarky or self-aware comment, like he normally does, to how, I know, some inconsistency in the video or something. But instead he says that. I think that shows the leadership that he has in this episode, and I'll elaborate on that later on. But anyway, since the film is so old, it can't take being rewinded that much, and it starts to break, so they get back to room 101 quickly. And Mitchell has had it with being told what not to do, and he starts to break the camera.
What do we do?
All I know is I'm sick of being told what not to do. That's it. Everyone's always telling us what not to do. I'm gonna break all the rules at once. What we got to lose?
Our health and existence?
I'm ignoring signs and touching electronics and breaking objects and running about and yelling and cursing. Oh my God, of it!
Now Abercrombie, who's the headmaster of Strange Hill, is mad at Mitchell as usual. But this time, Mitchell is the one to give him a stern scolding.
Tanner! What the devil's happened to my projector?
Shouldn't you be more concerned about your students and not some piece of cruddy machinery?
No! I mean, yes. The students are of some importance to me in the day-to-day activities of this school.
Activities that sent your students to an alternate dimension where their lives were in mortal danger.
Yes, I suppose that would be of some concern to me.
Then get rid of this machine right away. Come on, Abercrombie, step to it.
Now this scene, along with a bunch of other scenes in this episode, shows a really responsible side of Mitchell that we don't really get to see. The main conflict for pretty much every Strange Hill episode is either from a main antagonist that wants to take over the school or something, that is a threat that the trio need to stop, or a force that the trio can exploit for their own game, which ends up biting them in the arse in the end, really, pretty much. Sometimes it's a mix of the two. For example, there's Kate from the episode End of Terminator. She's an evil robot teacher that wants to take over the world through language. A clear villain that the trio must stop. Then there's the time travel episode. There's no villain in this episode, but Mitchell and the others exploited the hell out of the machine, which ended up nearly breaking time. And then there's episodes, like the Ghostwriter episode that I mentioned earlier. It has a mix of exploitation, by which they exploited the ghosts to do their homework for them, because they really had no choice, the poor boys. And then when they realised that they were being exploited, the ghosts became the villain and tried to terrorise the trio and the rest of the school. However, this episode's different. There's no main antagonist unless you want to count the narrator, and there's nothing for them to exploit here. They're in a safety video where death is around every corner. There's nothing good here, they just want to escape. And that's where my point of Mitchell being a good leader comes from. Since there is nothing for him to exploit, and there's no antagonist, it shows a responsible leadership side that we never get to see.
My foot is trapped!
Becky, don't move.
Mitchell, I don't know how long I can last like this. You go off without me?
No, never.
She seems okay with us going on.
Hey, we've made it this far together. We're not gonna split up now. Becky, I'm gonna bend down and unhook your foot from the wire. Do not move until I say so. Right, on the count of 3, I want you to lower your foot.
But it doesn't break his usual not caring attitude, which I really like. His friends were in danger. He stood his ground and managed to safely get them out of there.
Becky, you can let ignorance stand in your way, or you can use it to your advantage.
Another thing I want to mention is this episode's credit song. I really like it when TV shows have a different credit song, instead of just getting a theme song and using an instrumental of that as the credit song. And this show takes it to the next level. It has a different credit song for every single episode, with lyrics that are at least somewhat related to what happened. Apart from this one, but how I see it, seeing as all the credit songs are sung from Mitchell's perspective, I see it as Mitchell is starting to look out for the team, and he finally sees that they look out for him as well. And it relates to how much of a leader he was in this episode. Now, is that me looking too deep into it? Yes, most likely, but I think it's a nice touch either way. What I find really ironic is that Mitchell's whole thing is to rebel anything said by teachers and not to care about responsibility and all that stuff. He's not that kind of person. But in this episode, he ends up being the most helpful and responsible out of the 3 of them. And I think that's really admirable. They managed to make him strive away from his usual characteristics, but still have it not be out of his personality. I mean, all it took was for him and his friends to be in mortal danger every 10 seconds. But it's better than nothing, I guess. Well, that, and all the other reasons I stated in the video, is why this is one of my favourite episodes, and I really like it. Now, if any of you want to watch any Stranger Why episodes, I actually have them on Drive, and I'll link them below. And I really recommend you to do so, because this show is so underrated, it's not even funny. It needs more attention. The only reason why I'm making this video is because no one else has. I dreaded this. But I hope this was somewhat enjoyable, I guess. I'm not sure if I'll make any other videos in the future. This was really nerve-wracking enough for me. But yeah, thanks for watching. I do draw stuff. If you're interested, I post it to DeviantArt and Instagram. I'll link those below as well. But yeah, thanks for watching.
So if I'm looking out for you, see who's looking out for me.